Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. This is about UDP communication over IP, and you can see that I have ditched ESP now because of its limitations. So let's start our presentation. The topics in today's videos are introduction to UDP, with its benefit, what is the minimal code, and how to transfer data to a variable, how to make this UDP data meaningful, how to send a string, how to define a user defined port number. So this UDP communication takes place between two ESP32s or ESP3266 when they both are connected to a router. So initially I was trying to use ESP32, but the problem was that for ESP NOW, and for the problem with ESP NOW is that you need to have the line of sight. It can go up to 800 meters, I believe, but that is for line of sight. When you have walls and doors, the signal doesn't reach. So I tested ESP NOW a number of times, but the problem was that too many packets were dropping and they were not delivering. So I tested UDP because right now I am using the set and set smart over IP through a router. So this was good, and I was able to receive the maximum packets. So that's why I tried this, and I'm going to share with you how to use it. So benefit is that it works. UDP transmission works when both are connected within a network. You don't specifically need an IP address. You can just send a general packet and it will be picked up by on the other end. And if you have ESP32 then you can add an antenna to your module also. But I tried the ESP32 development module and the ESP32 UNO module. The UNO module has very limited Wi-Fi power, though ESP32 developer board is better when it comes to Wi-Fi signals. These two ESP32 boards connected. So I will share this minimal code with you, but this code is also available. Mostly this code is available in the Arduino IDE. Let me show you. If you go to File and Examples, in the UDP section of, where is UDP, in ESP32, if you go to UDP, there are 3 examples. So most of the this code is available in these examples. Let me explain what is this code is about. So first we are going to include Wifi.h library and AsyncUDP.h library, and then you have to enter this your Wi-Fi router details, its name and the password, and then you have to declare this AsyncUDP as UDP. In the next step, in the setup, on the setup side, Serial.begin, because we will read and we will print the outputs on the serial port, and then there's a serial.println, and okay, then this is the Wi-Fi mode. I hope that you are already familiar how to start the Wi-Fi. So these 2 lines will start the Wi-Fi, and this is the line I use for to add the delay till the Wi-Fi is actually connected with the router. The only drawback of using this code is that there is no quit. So if your ESP32 don't get connected with your home router, it will be like your ESP32 is in a static or hang mode. So till the time it is connected, it will not move from this line. Then we will have this UDP lines. So if UDP listen this is the port number 1234. So, and if it is listening and there is a packet, then do this. So listen to this port, and if you receive a packet, then write the packet data on the serial port. So this is the simplest form, simplest explanation. And in the loop side, what this is doing is going to broadcast the message on this port with a delay of 2 seconds. So this loop will keep running, and this message will be telecasted every 2 seconds. So let's go to IDE. These are the two IDE windows I have opened. This one is connected with the development module at port 5, and this one is connected with the UNO module at comp 4. So if I click on serial monitor, so I have this two. So this is already broadcasting, but let's upload this code again. So code is being uploaded. So on the right side, it is also being uploaded. And as soon as this is done, this should start getting the data. So you can see this is getting message from the right, this one is getting message from the left. So if I go to the sketches, this is generating the message from the right, and this one is generating message from the left. So this is received from here, and this one is received from here. So this is the message is being exchanged without any IP address, without any hassle. So this was the minimum code applied. Let's move to our next slide, and we are done with minimal code. And so our next step is to use the data received or the data received from UDP. We need to store it into a variable so that we can use it later. So let's try to use it. So let's try to save data in a variable. So as we are writing this data, so let's try to save it to, like, let's define a string temp. Let's say temp is equal to whatever we are printing, that is the packet data. We don't need the length because we are not writing data. And let's print it. Serial.println. We can have temp over here. So let's compile it now. So this is the error. I just moved the string command at the top. So this is the error: invalid conversion from unit 8t to constant char. So this is an error, which means that this packet data cannot be stored into a string. So what we need to do, we need to look at another code. So these commands line will store the data. So what I am going to do, I'm just let me explain. So this is char pointer. This is memory being allocated to a character array, and then that memory copy and then memcpy is used to move this packet data into tmpStr, temporary string. So then we are adding this command. I have not built this command. I have only searched the net and used these commands. Then this is being stored into a string, which is text string, and this text string is coming from tmpStr, the character array converted into string. And then we have to free this temp string, because when we use this memory allocation command, if we don't free and the loop is run for like 15 or 20 times, then the memory will be full. So you have to free this memory once you have used this, and then we can print this serial. So let's copy this to our code and see if this works. So I will delete these two lines, paste the commands over here. So let me give them a bit better look. Okay, so I have added these commands, and let me compile and upload. So you can see that there is no error and the sketch is being uploaded. So let's try to open our COM ports, serial ports view. So this is message from the left and this is being right. So data is being exchanged. So let's add some data over here. TestString. So let's say this is this plus 1 2 3 4. So let's add this so we can have some difference, because this is already being printed. Or what I can do is, so I have already changed it. So let's try to print this one. This is 100%, and let's see what happens now. Come on. Yeah. So this is the message received, and this is the what we have converted to a string. So we have taken another step, that the data received in stored into a string, so we can use that data into our sketch or the model at later stage. So what is the next step, what we need to do next? So making data variable, is it? So what is this? So this is already done. I have told you how to add this, and no, this is sending data, sorry, that was receiving data. And what if we try to send a string? Okay, let's try to send a string. So instead of typing a message in the commas, inverted commas, let's say there's a string which is temp, and this is equal to hello world. Hello world. Let's try to send this one. Instead of sending this, let's try to send this, and let's name it temp1. So let's compile it and upload it. So I have this error, no matching function to call a string and integer. So this is int, and so I cannot send a string. So this is my problem. So problem is easily solved. How it is easily solved? I have to add a line, which is I have to add some text, dot c underscore str bracket start bracket close. Then it will compile and it will send the data. So if I say over here temp1 dot c underscore str bracket start bracket close, I hope the fine my dot c str dot c str. So let's compile it again and upload. So sketch is almost uploaded, and this is message from write, and you can see that this is hello world now. So what we are receiving over here is hello world message. So earlier there was an error. So this is how a text is being sent, should be sent. You have to add this dot c underscore string. So this will convert the string to the required format to use in UDP with UDP library. So another problem resolved. Let's move to the next step, and the next step is user defined port. So this is important. And one thing I missed, yeah, once you have saved your data to a variable, you can use substring commands and to int command to make the data meaningful. So I will make another video on this. I hope most of you already know this, but if someone is new, so you can try this substring and to int functions. Anyway, so the next thing is the user defined port. Right now what we are doing is we are using 1234 port. Okay, so let's say you see we are listening at 1234 and we are broadcasting at 1234. What if my user want to use some other let's say I declare an integer, and if this is my port and this is 1234, nothing has been changed, and instead of saying listen at 1234, listen at my port and broadcast at my post. So let's compile this and see if this works. So yeah, I forgot to put is equal sign. Let's compile again. So compilation is complete without any errors, and this is writing. So let's have our ports visible. Where are the ports? Where are my serial port view? This is hello world, and where it is? Here it is. So let me clear this and let me clear this. And it's working. Wow, wonderful. Why it's working? So I have compiled both again. I'm not getting any error. Earlier I was getting an error that you can't use this integer over here. I don't know why. So let's see our serial monitors if we are receiving. Oh, this is something else. So let's see if it works. It was not working for me earlier. There's no error, and why is not working now? Let me reset. Where is the other one? Not now. It's not working. Yeah, it start working. So it's working now. Earlier I was getting some compilation error. So what I did was I searched and found this code to convert this string or the integer into this int 16. So if it's working, you may not need this code, but I have displayed it just in case someone need it. So I think this was it about UDP. I hope this video is helpful for some of you, and if you liked the video, think about giving it thumbs up or like and subscribe into the channel. Thank you.